guys, welcome back to our channel.
Alright, so today we got the GE Profile all-in-one washer and dryer, and it is solar friendly. I mean it.
Did you guys hear that? It's solar friendly washer and dryer.
Truly.
Let's get into it. So like the title says, this is a solar friendly washer and dryer combo, you guys.
Indeed.
We were on the grid before, as you saw in our last video, and if you haven't seen our last video, go check that one out after this one. But we knew by switching and converting to off-grid, we were going to have to reevaluate how we washed our clothing.
Yeah.
We'll get into the specs on that later in the video. But basically the story is that we knew we needed to. We couldn't find anything. Finally, we came across this. We couldn't believe it either. And so that's why we wanted to come here and talk to you guys about this discovery. Now, maybe we're just new to the game and this is well known within the off-grid community.
Yeah, well, I mean, the technology's old, but using it in this fashion is a really neat way to use a heat pump in a washer and dryer type system.
So let's get into the specs on this. All right, so let's talk about why we had to convert from this machine behind me to this one here. Now, when we converted to off-grid, we had to change the washer and dryer. So why?
Well, typical washer or dryers, I should say, can have a really heavy wattage.
Right.
That pulls on your system, and it can go all the way from 1500 watts all the way to 5000 watts. And it's pretty massive when it comes to solar.
5,000 watts is a ton.
Yep.
And so we still have them here, clearly. But this thing, what does it use then?
Yeah, so I was clocking that. I was watching it on the solar so we can, like I was saying, you can monitor it, right? So we were doing that. We were running a good test and seeing what this was doing. And while it was going through its whole cycle drying, it was pulling probably 600 watts.
Which is a humongous difference, you guys.
Yeah, and I was skeptical whether it was going to dry the items.
So before we started this video, we did an ultimate test on it, and that was doing some heavy bedding.
Yeah.
And I'm going to post a picture because our daughter's snuggling it, and it's super cute. But it was completely clean, completely dry.
It's very clean.
And perfect.
Yeah.
Now, we have seen reviews when we were looking into this before we even bought it, and the reviews were, oh, it doesn't dry good enough. It's not, it's cold drying and all that. So
yeah, a lot say like it's still kind of damp and whatnot, and I'm just saying maybe it's just the maintenance and the due diligence we're doing on every single time we do a washing and a drying through this.
That's a good point.
So
as you can see in this video I'm going to post, there is a lint collector, I guess you would call it. Do you want to pull it out? And so it's clear right now, but in the video I'm going to put right here, you will see that that was from one of our blankets.
Yeah.
And we just take our Milwaukee vacuum and
it's really easy. So basically when you're done your whole cycle, we take the Milwaukee vacuum or vacuum in general, and you just run it all the way up, down, and around here. Moisture, no moisture, that vacuum does the job. So it works perfectly for this. And it's clean. And also we go inside here and suck whatever else is in there.
So we're assuming, sorry, can you put that in? So we're assuming that anybody that's giving reviews that's saying, oh, my bedding or my clothing or whatever is still wet, I'm assuming that they're just not maintaining this because we have honestly not found that to be an issue.
Yeah, 100%. And it could fall along the lines too is like if you're used to, you guys, like the old washers and the old dryers where you pack them full.
Yeah, that's
right?
true
I mean,
too.
you pack them full. I mean, this thing's running off 120, okay? So this doesn't have the wattage and the amperage that those dryers have. So have that in mind. We kind of call our full, and that's half. That's plumb full half. And if you have like wet towels, we kind of go a quarter of that, right? And that has been working fine.
We just do laundry every single day, and if you just throw a little bit in every day, it's so nice because it washes and dries. So you don't even have to think about, oh no, I need to switch it over. Like these ones, it's done when it's done, and that is so stinking handy. Now, another thing that we were thinking when purchasing this is, okay, so in an off-grid lifestyle, some people are hand washing and then hanging up their things to dry. Now, we're in northern Canada. In the winter, it has to be by our fireplace. We live in a tiny home, so that is a lot for 6 people's clothes hanging everywhere.
Yeah.
Or outside when it's pouring rain or whatever, right? So we were thinking, even if it's a tad bit damp, we would just do the dry cycle, because you can switch between these. You don't have to do wash and dry at the same time.
Just turn your...
It says go back.
Sorry, I'm on menu right now. So you'd actually just turn your wash off, and now you're just on dry mode.
So you can do that. So I would just double dry it, and then it would be fine.
Yep.
Now, because it uses such little wattage, you're totally able to do that. We still have to watch the sun.
Yeah, sure. But if you had a day you knew you had good solar and you had full batteries, like 600 watts to do a full dry and do another, if you had to, of course, do another 600 and then another 600. In my eyes, if we had to do that right now to dry something, it'd be like, okay.
Or you can just wash with it and then hang it to dry like you would any other washer. But still, it uses a very little amount, and you're getting the option of drying.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, if it came out damp or whatever, you could literally just hang dry, like you're saying, right?
Yeah. So in our eyes, it makes sense. Now, it also takes up such little space. It's a big unit. Here, by comparison, it's a big unit, all the way down to my feet and all the way up.
Or compared to the old ones, right?
Comparing to the old ones, this is the old one.
Really, it's the same size, just plus a little bit, because your heat pump and exchange are all up in here. That's basically it.
But it's one unit.
It's one unit.
So it's taking up less space in general.
Yep. So basically, if you always had these two and you didn't have this, like I was thinking if we got rid of these, well, you'd have a whole shelf to do all your linens and anything else, right? And organize it and have all your baskets.
That's right. So that's really nice. Plumbing in. Let's talk about that.
Let's do that. So basically, you guys got a 120 plug. Boop. And then your drain. That's it.
That's it.
You're good to go.
So easy. Actually, our 10-year-old helped us do it because we couldn't fit in the back.
He had to crawl up when the shelf wasn't here. He climbed up in there and then he did the plumbing.
So if a 10-year-old can do it, you guys can too.
100%.
I hope.
100%. All right, so some other little specs. This has a heat pump in it. And if you're not familiar with a heat pump, it kind of exchanges the heat between the water and what you have going on here and recycles it through a loop.
Which is cool.
Which is super cool. And what it has is then a self-ventilating system. So, I mean, so when we said when we installed it, we only had to plug it in and we had to do the drain, right?
Right.
Well, there was no ducting in there.
Oh,
you don't have to do any ducting and
yeah,
have your venting go outside. So this self-vents itself, basically going by the heat exchange and through here, ends up through this, and that's all you clean. And that's it. So that's why it's so simple to install these when on a standard one is you got to put a hole in your wall.
Yeah.
And you got to think about that process.
Well, I remember that, yeah.
Well, if you're in an apartment or something, you got to think about where you're going to vent it, right?
That is a cool... Or if you're building a basement suite, that totally takes away a step. Or building your own cabin, that takes away a step completely. Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, 100%. So self-venting, and it's got this heat pump. Those are the big things about this. The 5.5 cubic inside here. And yeah, its detergent setups are really well. I mean, you have one that you can just fill up and just forget about it. Then all your special ones here. And then you have your...
We don't use softener. We do vinegar, but same thing.
Yeah, so it's for its size, its speeds, and its whole system and how it works. Like I said, the technology is there.
The only issue we did have is this thing, you guys, shakes.
Yeah.
It is
so medium speed, it was that was fast.
So it took us a while to get it to stay level. So we did have to build a platform and stuff.
Yeah.
But even then, it shakes I don't even know, like an earthquake. It is insane.
Yeah, it's got some speed. And then you guys, I'm pretty sure it had extra speeds. I don't know if I can find it on here.
More dry. Sensor dry.
Yeah, and that's when it would put it to low. Obviously, you have your lows.
Okay.
But when you just go to normal, you're going to have your medium, your high, and your extra high.
I don't even want to try extra high. That was so intense.
I don't want to. Medium was wild.
So we had it on medium and it was shaking itself to death, but we just did some adjustments, fixed the platform,
Just
all
make
that.
sure it's level.
It has to be level.
Level. Each one of those feet on your dryer, I found this was the solution, was just getting them perfectly level.
That was kind of our only issue with setting it up.
Yeah.
Other than that, super simple.
Oh, yeah. So I think having your items in there where they can hit those high speeds, I think is also going to help dry your items.
Yeah, and help wash them because it's actually agitating them.
Yeah.
You find in these, like Samsungs and stuff, they just don't agitate. They're not really good
because
machines.
I think they're relying on a lot of the detergent and then your water temperature. And then for drying, it's just heat because you got the wattage. My opinion, I think they're about 90% there. I think this has just some small tweaking that they need to do. If taking this out and they say you have to stick like a brush in here, they don't put it in the manual that you got to clean that out with a brush. But most people, that's what they're going to suggest you do. And that's what your your tech will tell you to do.
Yeah. Mechanic.
On one of these. Don't call you a mechanic for this. But yeah, right? So it either should come with those tools to clean that out, or just have that not be the case. I've seen people also, with this, is they put their own little gasket around here with like high temperature tape, just to seal it off just a little bit more. Little tip, that does work also if you need that. So there's just these little things right now is what I'm saying is that once they fix it out and they listen to their customers and these reviews, and that's what they go with, the next generation of these is going to be wild because it's heat exchange and how it's been drying everything is phenomenal. But you must understand this is high maintenance. Yeah. This is just taking care of it, you guys. Like, we want it to work and it's working good right now. We have been just on par with it and keeping up to it and just cleaning it. It's perfectly fine. I
think that's with most off-grid or homesteading type items, though, is just maintaining them so that they can live forever or until you
and I honestly, and many of you probably are the same, we don't mind it. Yeah. Like, it's just the maintenance is you put oil in your truck, you put gas in it, you take care of your tires and whatnot, right? This, I see it as the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to leave it up to her. I'm just going to be doing the maintenance on it. And that's it. And it's going to keep doing really, really, really good. But if you're one that you just want it to take care of itself, you want it to be automatic and everything, and you want to forget about it, well, then you got your standard washer and dryer. But I tell you, you're not going to be running that on solar. No, that's right. And so that's kind of what this boiled down to is, do we want to change our life a ton to be off-grid? Yeah. No, not really. Yeah. Did I want to hand wash 6 people's clothes? No, not at all. Yeah. And so this made sense to us. And just where we live in the world, we can't be hanging clothes all the time. This makes sense. And so, that's what made us buy it. And again, it's just another tool in the box. So it doesn't matter. It's just another option. It's an option. It does have a pretty price tag on it, but remember, it is a washer and dryer together. So if you took those 2 items and mashed them together, it's going to be more than this. Yeah, I mean, like, I would say, for the next generations, I think if they have all these kinks out, it's totally valid. Yeah. I think that price would totally be, like, on par. Because it's exactly what you said, washer and dryer smashed together, okay? Yeah. Like, this is one machine doing it all. It's pretty impressive. Yeah. So maybe we'll do another video in a few years to see if we still love this and if it's still working for us, or if they've gotten a new one and it's been upgraded. That would be cool. Yeah, it'd be neat to see the next the next gens that are coming down of these. But this one right now so far is really, really, really good. 10-year warranty. Yeah. So maybe in 10 years we'll do another video. Yeah, and I want to just, say again, if you're on solar and you're fine with time to time, and I'm assuming this, just if you threw in a lot of clothes and they were damp, like just hanging your clothes, no big deal. But we haven't had to do that yet. And it's been drying our clothes very, very dry. I literally went in grabbing them thinking they were going to be damp, and they were very dry. So I guess that's it. Thanks for being here with us. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you guys videos like this one. And we'll see you guys in the next one. See you there. Bye. Ciao.